on day you go out and you're like, oh, it's another game and it's another game, and lo and behold, you're in an All Ireland final, and you're just going, is this real? But it was just a fantastic spectacle down there yesterday. I mean, to see the whole community coming out, and from groundsmen, to people making the teas, to the management setting up before the game, and I suppose all the aspects of an All Ireland semi final at home in Donegal, to be able to watch that, it was just fantastic. And just the cherry on top then was Downings and their performance out in the field. I thought they were brilliant throughout the game. Barney would say that he was a bit critical, maybe not critical, but he said he should have done more maybe in the first half. But I was looking back at the stats; they really steadied the game, because he had said, which is notable to mention, was the girls were very nervous going out against Unruh in the Ulster semi-final at home. I suppose an occasion like that can overtake you, but they steadied the ship more into the second half. But yesterday I felt they were just, there was a calmness about them, and they just worked as a team. It was just so special to see, and it was lovely to see. Really, really, really huge congratulations to them.
Barney, brilliant stuff. I was down on Saturday, of course, organising. I was there as part of your sponsored ball drop. Cookie was making me get on the mic. But listen, we had a great day. The girls were all there. I got talking to a few of them, and they were out helping out and that. And I thought to myself, how I suppose grounding is that they're not hid away from everybody. They're out and about. They're helping out. Map the pitch for the fundraiser, and I thought that's a great way of just keeping everybody in terms of feet on the ground. This was a huge game, but they certainly seemed like as Mo alluded to there, they were calm and they were fine enough about the occasion.
I know they were. Mo mentioned there the semi-final there against Unruh. They were very nervous, and so they were. And it kind of cost us for a good part of the game. We're lucky enough to get out with 1 point, but the focus of the last 2 weeks was just all they had was two jobs, and that was do their own job. They knew where they were playing, and they knew the system for defensive, for attack. So all they do was do their own job and outwork them. And the focus was that's all they had to do. You don't have to worry about talent. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's just put the shoulder to the wheel. Everybody stick to the game plan, work as a team, and that was the focus. That was only the focus. We didn't really look that much at them. I suppose looked at them a good bit, but we watched them with the girls last week. We went through different parts of it, and that seemed to settle them even more. Some girls like to know their job, some girls don't like to know their job. So we kind of handled that situation, and we had the matchups nailed down from early on in the week, so they all knew their job, and that was just know their job and outwork them, and that was the focus all week.
And suppose Barney,
all 2 weeks.
Get into that semi-final and having that game, the Ulster semi-final in the Downings, would have helped preparations yesterday.
100%, 100%. We all our games in Ulster have been tight. One was 3 points, Butler's Bridge. The other ones were 1 point on Rua, and then yesterday, of course, was 3 points. Like we got a goal, our captain got a goal to make the difference. Games like that really stick to you. Really helps to build your character. Like our backs have been to the wall in every single one of them games, and how the girls have responded has been a real credit to them, and shows how much they really want it. Like in them games, you can have all the tactics, and I said this before, all the tactics you want. In the last 6-7 minutes, when there's a couple of points in it, and you're coming down the last run of the game, it's just who wants it the most, and it's who's the hungriest, and who's willing to put the body on the line. And lucky enough, our girls have been willing to do that this last 3 games, and they've been doing it all year, but it's been really put to the test this last 3 games, and thanks be to God, we've got out with a W.
Yeah, you have indeed. Mo, the Sinead McBride goal, obviously pivotal, sending the teams in midway through the first half and at half-time level. In that second half, Mo, we're down just our last minute and a half here. What was the thing? Was it that bit of composure from Downings, the fact they were level at half-time coming in the breeze second half? Was that the difference in the teams? Was there extra bit of composure?
Yeah, you could see that they were like coming out into the second half. I suppose the first time that Downings are usually up at going into the second half, but yeah, it took about 5 minutes to settle in airs from each side, and then Amy McLaughlin got 2 fabulous scores, and that really drove them on. Then Lauren McBride, I mean, their Grace White got a point after that, but that was the only point they got in the second half. So they only got they only got 3 from play. And Charlie Shevlin pulled off two great saves, Charlie Shevlin, and I mean that drove the team even more. The momentum was high then at that stage, and they were able to hold on. But it was definitely composure in the second half.
Yeah,
it was just fantastic.
Barney, Parnell Park 2 weeks in. I might chauffeur Mo down. Maybe Pauric, you chauffeur.
I'll drive, no bother.
We'll
chauffeur Barney on the way up.
You're all welcome.
An All-Ireland final. We can't miss that one, Barney. If I get any chance, I'd love to see it too. And listen, Barney, I want to wish you all the best. Brilliant couple of weeks preparation now. The flags are still up, and Santa's in the air, and the Downings are still on the go. Magic.
As long as he doesn't hit a few of them now on the way in. As long as he doesn't hit a few of them on the way in, we'll be all right.
Listen, fantastic stuff, guys. Listen, we'll be speaking to you, Barney, sure, in the coming weeks. And Mo, thanks as ever.
Cheers, Mo. Thanks, Barney. Best of luck.
Folks, thanks a million for that. All right, thanks a million for that, and thanks, Mo, for all the coverage. Thanks a million.
Cheers, folks. Cheers, folks. Chat you after the break.
Serving food you'll love till 9 p.m. daily in Sarah's Kitchen. And there's free admission entertainment every weekend.
Make Christmas for everyone at Dunnes Stores with festive savings on refreshing soft drink 18-can packs like Coca-Cola, Pepsi and 7-Up, just €10 each. And choose from a selection of indulgent treats like Jacob's Biscuit Tins or Ferrero Collection, also just €10 each. Plus, you can save again at the till with a 10.50 grocery voucher. However you do your Christmas shop, make Christmas for everyone with Dunnes Stores. Terms and conditions apply. Voucher can be used on next grocery shop of €50 or more. Prices subject to deposit return scheme fees.
The Private Security Authority is the government body responsible for regulating the private security industry. Every day, licensed security services protect billions of euros worth of goods and ensure the safety and security of thousands of people and businesses. When choosing a security service for your home or business, choose one licensed by the Private Security Authority. If you choose an unlicensed security provider, you could face prosecution. Visit psa-gov.ie for more information and a list of licensed security services.
In Ishke Éireann táid ag leanúint le húsgrádú a dhéanamh ar líonra Ishke na hÉireann chun soláthar Ishke tá dlán, saváilte agus iontaofa a chinntiú. Is míle na dhéanú go mbeidh tithe agus gnólachtaí ar an eolas faoin nuair a bhíonn gá le chubar Ieisúcháin nó chothabhála i do cheantar. Tá seirbhís uair nua fóláireamh texagan a chur nua honratha réad ama ar fá, maidir le haon deacracht a bharthaigh níos mó na ceithre chura an clig. Is féidir clárú ag water.ie. Ishke Éireann. Seirbhísí Ishke as soláthar de Éireann.
Everyone loves going to the cinema. That's why an Eclipse Cinemas gift voucher is the perfect Christmas present. They aren't just for kids, but all the family. Even little Miss Hard to buy for, we all have one of them. And when you buy an Eclipse Cinemas gift voucher, you now get 10% extra free. Available on our Bundoran and Clifford Strabane cinemas or at eclipsecinemas.com. Vouchers don't expire and can even be used for dine-in screen options and VIP cinema experiences.
Celebrating 50 years, McDade's Bathroom Plumbing Tiles in Buncrana continues to be Donegal's go-to destination for stunning bathroom makeovers. With a vast selection of premium tiles and bathroom products, our showroom is your ultimate one-stop shop for crafting the perfect space. We've earned our reputation through expert advice, unbeatable prices and a dedication to customer satisfaction. Visit our showroom in Cockhill and Buncrana and see why we've been Donegal's top choice for 50 years and counting. Call us at 07493 63050.
The DL debate with Sister Sarah's Letterkenny, serving food you'll love till 9 p.m. daily in Sarah's Kitchen. And there's free admission entertainment every weekend.
Yes, welcome back to the DL debate. We're going to look at the under-21 county finals A and B. Cloughaneely beating Burt, a brilliant second half performance from them, taking the B title. And what was an epic game of football, Glen Swilly and 4 Masters down in Ballyshannon yesterday. After the match, I caught up with one in Captain Conor Reid. I mean, with Conor Reid, captain of four Masters. Conor, have you got your breath back? What a game of football that was. And I know, listen, I'm sitting up from a neutral's perspective, but it looked like you're going to run away from it. But finals are finals. They take on life of their own. But what a game of football. What was it like to play in?
Jeez, it was tough. Hey, that's really hard to beat. They never go away. And them 2 goals before the half time, they really changed the whole game for us, because we had chances in the first half, 10-15 minutes, where we didn't take it. We were very wasteful, and then they brought themselves back into it. They were always going to do it. If you keep a team like Glenswilly in it, they're always going to get back in. But we gathered ourselves in at half time, and it was physical, it was tough, but we really got into it then, I think. And to go 3 points down, to come back, show great character, especially from the young boys. So it's a great win. Yeah,
the game really seesawed at times, and it was amazing to see, because particularly I thought, I was just saying to your management team there, how well set up and how well drilled you were. You were composed on the ball. But Gaelic football, even we're looking for all these rule changes, it can just flip so quickly.
Massive. Them 2 goals, they flipped it all for us. But the boys were playing together all the time for school and college or whatever, and they're just used to playing with each other. It's not, well, we drilled it a good bit with John. John's great, he's really good experience, and he was with the county minors this year, and just to have him and to tie it all together. And them boys, I don't know, they're playing some amount of football, and they've some composure about them. Turla and Conor McCall and the boys, and they're class to play with. They never seem under pressure, so they really kept the heads.
And Conor, you mentioned county there. How many of these lads now are, you're looking at them? I know if I was a county manager, and even a few of your subs that come on there. We just mentioned Conor Meehan as well. I mean, he had a huge impact.
Brilliant. We all know the shooting and how accurate Conor is. He's been all the time. He's always been like that. But I think we have 7 boys at the county 20s and 4 training at the county seniors. So anytime you have that, you're always going to have a good standard and good quality in training. And I don't think any of them don't deserve it. They all deserve to be where they are, and they're really good players.
And a huge day for you personally, to captain a team like this. It's a great responsibility and a great honour for the club. And of course, they won the title. And of course, the lads were saying there's only a couple of lads over the bar next year. So four Masters machine's going to roll on. Who's going to stop it?
We hope it doesn't stop anyone. Losing Senan Quinn, he is a loss for us. He's big and he's physical around the middle, but we have boys like Tomas Cahir coming in, another Cahir on top of it again. But no, it was such a pleasure to captain my club. It means everything to me. I captain club over county any day. It's the biggest thing, and to have my family and my friends here today to win it was meant everything to me.
And what about the diamond this evening? Will you be making a few speeches there?
I don't know. I'm not great at the speeches.
Maybe 3 o'clock this morning.
Maybe 3 o'clock in a patch here if you're lucky or something. But no, we'll enjoy ourselves tonight.
Fair play, Conor. Enjoy.
Thanks,
man. Was Conor Reid making speeches in the Apache? I would like to know. If somebody from Four Masters could let me know. Barry Malloy has joined us in studio. Glenswilly stalwart. Barry, good to see you, lad. Listen, come up short yesterday, but as I was saying, huge courage from the lads, because there's no doubt in the talent is in this Four Masters. But there was, as Conor was saying there, the lads wouldn't give up.
Yeah. Listen, just first of all, congratulate Four Masters on their victory. I know they've been operating at a high level there this last couple of years, between 16s, minors, and now they've moved on to 21. So look, they've been operating at that level, and that's where we're trying to get in terms of what the boys are doing out at home with underage and all that. And but in fairness to our fellas, the character that they've shown all year through the whole campaign, they played McCool's, they played for Masters, we beat them at home, we played Termon at home. There's a tough game. Semi-final last weekend to beat Gidor away when they were probably everybody's favourites. It was just, we didn't expect anything less from them, because that's the character them boys have. And I suppose it's been instilled into them by Neil and Michael and Copper and them boys has been working with them this last couple of years, and all other coaches that they would have had down the years as well. So, look, they're a credit to themselves. I said yesterday that for young men, they're a credit to themselves and their families and the club itself. So, look, I know it's disappointing. It's second year in a row. We were very close last year, just didn't get over the line, and I suppose the same yesterday again. But look, there's a lot to build on and a lot to be positive about in the future. Yeah,
a lot of people involved, Pauric. You see that big Glenswilly, you see all the lads. I've seen them warming up there, and you see Copper and Savvy and all those boys, and
back in, and it's good to see, suppose, from a club point of view, and when you're getting the likes of Neil and Copper coming down with that little bit of knowledge as well, so you can see the transition. And suppose as Barry indicated, the beat Termon, it was a great game, and I was impressed with Glenswilly that day, and I thought to take out Gidor as well, and they can take a lot of positives. Look, trophies at the end of it. Suppose a lot of people remember them, but you know, you do get a lot out of getting an odd defeat too. But look, Glenswilly are definitely going to push on.
There, Barry, Brendan, and then boys. I just see every time I see Glenswilly, the boys are there. They put in some shift for the club.
Like Lee has been our coaching officer his last 10 years, I think. He recently stepped down to AGM, like, but I mean he's been there, you know, over the years and driving that on as well, like, and you know, people come in and out and they do their bit, I suppose, but it's just interest levels, I suppose, and as you know yourselves, like, we're in a rural area, there's not much else that we have out there, like, so you know, it's just interest that everybody has, like, and obviously, I mean, I've said it myself, like, you know, we're so lucky to have the likes of Michael and Neil that have come back in and done the work with the younger fellas, and those younger fellas are extremely lucky to have that.
I can only imagine, like, having guys like that in any dressing room in Ireland, so they have lads like that there. But listen, not a lot of time here. You're on about the club and the focus. That all takes a huge bit of fundraising and constantly growing as a club with a lot of ambitions.
I think it might go into business after doing our stint with the club. Look, that's the reality of it now. Like, there's, you know, outside of the draw that we're doing at the minute, which we'll talk about in a second, but just to keep the thing running, like, it's a serious job of work that you have to do, like, and you're constantly thinking about how you can bring money in and all the rest, like, so. To just keep the thing going, you know. I suppose we often talk about, you know, if you don't have a referee in the pitch, you don't have a game. But if you don't have the people on that side to keep the thing, the show on the road too, nothing happens, you know. So, but listen, where we're at now at the minute is probably most people are aware of. We have our facilities as they are. We have our main playing pitch, but we're just lacking space. We just need more space. We need more training area and so on to cater for all the teams and the groups that we have. A lot of our groups have gone to Letterkenny over the winter to train because we just can't cater for it out at home. So that's the aim of the draw now, that we're trying to raise enough money to develop our own training facilities going forward, so they can cater for everybody in our own area, and hopefully, you know, that's basically what we're looking at doing.
It's a great problem to have as well. You can see, you know, the numbers, and every club's going through that, the work that even Union's have done and Glenswilly's doing, and Mulford now are raising as well.
They're becoming more and more just, and they always were the real hub of the...
Exactly, yeah.
And now as people develop their centre for gyms, and then ends up like... I was down in Termon the other day, kids party going on and what have you, around the place. Like, there's everything happening now, you know what I mean? So listen, that's a great thing for the club, because I think when you have that centre point, and there's very drawn about the club, because even when you're there when there's not a game on, there still is that wee bit of feeling about the place.
I've said that. Like, it's not even about what happens in the playing pitch now. It's about what's happening on the periphery of things. Like, there's so many other events and things going on. And it's nearly like a community club now, not just a GA club as such. You know.
And where do you get these tickets? And you're giving away what, 50k?
So
good man.
We have 50,000 prize fund, and first prize €25,000. So with 12 additional prizes, and we have a website there. It's Glenswilly GA, 50k cash draw. Tickets are €25 each, or 3 for 50 or 7 for 100. So look, we appreciate everybody that supported the draw so far. We've been at a lot of the games, we've been out in areas selling, we've been in shopping centre, we've been at different events. So, you know, with the volunteers that have helped out with that, I'm not going to start naming names. Everybody knows who's involved in it.
Was it under 9 girls' games? Michael Canning had me rattled. So even
be great if a good Termon man that Pauric was.
I think even Max, he was giving out. He was saying everywhere you went in the county, the Glenswilly boys were out and selling. They couldn't get a look on anywhere. But listen, just thank the sponsors as well, and club officers and everybody involved, and it's brought people together. And I suppose it's ignited a bit of interest again in that end of things. So
magic. Well done, Barry. Keep up the good work, and listen, we wish you all the best with the draw. Pauric, thanks as ever. Joe Dykes for producing. Folks, I'm just going to play an interview with Cahir O Kane I got earlier on today. We were shooting the breeze about many GA topics, and this is our Cahir O Kane from the Irish News. Cahir, how are you today, sir?
The very best, Brendan. How are you, lad?
You've got the coffee cup in the hand there, and you're just reading over an excellent Irish News edition again.
Oh, sure, here it keeps us entertained at the weekend, doesn't it? It would save me having to do a real job. So
yeah, funny, Cahir, when we're following teams here, obviously the more teams hit Ulster, the better in terms of that. But of course, you have the brilliant, you're at the the hurling yesterday, in Slaughtneil over Portaferry, and of course, all the brilliant that the Ulster Club Championship is, hurling and football across the board. It's a great way, I suppose, to tie in the whole season. That keeps the sport, and of course keeps the Irish News sports pages hopping.
Look, honest to God, this is my absolute favourite time of year. I love the Ulster Club. I love the All Ireland Club. I say this, and look at the provincial series we've had across the 4 provinces, like the Connacht final, Kildare Strandhill yesterday, stunning Pierces. Like, there is not a single clear outstanding favourite in either football or hurling left in the All Ireland Club season, and it's so refreshing. It's so changeable from any given year, and I just think that it just adds so much and it's something for people to do at this time of the year. Imagine if it wasn't on. What we'd be going mad. We'd have to sit and watch West Ham and like.
You'd have time with Arsenal. That was my.
No, that is true. That is true. In fairness, I picked a bad example this weekend, didn't I? Like, we'll go for somebody worse.
There's a couple of poor games in there, no doubt. That was a bit amazing. More like it maybe in the second half. If you tuned in at half time, you'd have been a bit peed off for that one. No goals in the second half. But like you're saying, Cara, there maybe of all those teams, maybe the Kilcoo men now, of course, Ergil Kieran coming up in terms of kind of that wee bit championship know-how and previous winners. Are they looking now? I'm sure they're Carl Lacey's guarding against any of that, but they must be thinking here, there's a title here potentially for us.
Look, absolutely. I suppose they'll be viewed now as the favourites because they've won it before. They're the only team left that has, well, not the only team left that has won it before, but I think it's hard to gauge ever quite where Munster football is at in the last few years. They're champions since Dr. Crooks 10 years ago. Haven't had a particularly good record when they've come out in the All Ireland semi-finals. So Ulster and Leinster is where you're looking. You would have been looking at maybe St. Bridget's if they had come out again of Connacht. You would have been looking at maybe one of the stronger Mayo clubs even, but now Pierces are gone too. That side of it's wide open. It is just so wide open. And Kilcoo will be fancied by a lot of people, and they could well do it. But I wouldn't be putting any fortune of money on them beating Errigal at the weekend. So like they might not even get out of Ulster either. So it is so, and that's the joy of it. That is the unpredictability of it that we probably sometimes lack a wee bit in the inter-county. Now we had a great inter-county season in that regard this year as well, but this is an annual event in terms of the club. There's just so much unpredictability built into it that it just generates so much excitement, and it's just such a brilliant competition.
Yeah, and I think you're right on that in terms of you never want to hammer a team in a semi and come on as such favourites, because Errigal have just been finding a way every game, even the game that they played us. We thought we had them beat, which quite a few teams have thought this year, but they haven't been beat. So I suppose there's a bit of resilience in that there, Cara. And listen, that's all giving us interest. One thing probably got overdone in terms of you're like, oh, here we go again, was the Derry management. But all that's been put to bed. And I was joking with you there. You would know that, in any slow news day, there's huge excitement about the S&C coach. Maybe rightly so, after his involvement with Limerick. But I was just like, okay, bombs is dropping in terms of this huge side of the game. But then, Cahir, that is a massive part of it. And if this man has, obviously, he has a vested interest in helping out at Derry, and he's had his experience in All Ireland with him on, so could be a vital part of the team.
Yeah, look, Cabra's actually a fascinating character. I've spoken to him in the past when he was working in Limerick. He's been around successful teams, and I think one of the things that the teams that have worked with him have found is that I suppose he found his way in it quite young, and players then began to gravitate towards him in those setups because he was young. He was their peer. He was their friend. he wasn't just a coach. You know, that age gap between coaches and players that traditionally exists, and then the generation gap and different things and different interests and different, Charbra was in that playing group in terms of his age profile, and that made him somebody that became very, very popular, and then was clearly very, very good at his job. But he's got a fascinating backstory as well. Like his grandfather was Flannery, who was famously an Irish language activist and wrote a column in the Irish Times and was put in jail at one stage for not paying his TV licence in protest at RT's neglect of the Irish language. And his his history in Cork, his grandmother's from Kilmacleague in Cork, and he's Belfast himself. There's just such the name Carolan. You read it and you think somewhere down the country, but he's pure West Belfast and absolutely grounded in Irishness.